Hello, and welcome to another episode of Deep Dive, where we explore the complexities of our world and seek understanding beyond the surface. I'm your host, Amy, and today we're delving into a topic that's been on many minds lately: navigating our emotions in the political landscape, especially in the wake of the recent 2024 election. Politics has always been a powerful force, shaping societies and influencing our daily lives. But in recent years, it feels like the emotional stakes have been raised even higher. So, how do we process these feelings? How do we stay informed and engaged without losing ourselves in the tumult? Let's take a deep dive together. Every election season is a journey, a roller coaster of anticipation, hope, anxiety, and sometimes disappointment. It's a time when our personal values and visions for the future are front and center. We invest not just our time and attention but our hearts into the outcomes. Think about the lead up to Election Day. The constant stream of news updates, the passionate debates with friends and family, the persuasive campaigns urging us to support one candidate over another. It's easy to become emotionally entwined with the process. But why do elections stir such profound emotions? Part of it is because politics isn't just about abstract policies, it's about real people and real lives. Decisions made by our leaders can affect everything from our healthcare and education to our environment and civil liberties. When we feel that so much is at stake, our emotions naturally run high. Social media amplifies these feelings. Platforms designed to connect us can sometimes create echo chambers, reinforcing our beliefs while alienating others. The most extreme reactions often get the most attention: viral videos of celebrations or meltdowns, skewing our perception of how others are feeling. But amid all this noise, it's important to remember that emotions are a natural response. They signal that we care deeply. The challenge lies in managing these emotions constructively, without letting them overwhelm us or damage our relationships. The 2024 election was, without a doubt, one for the history books. With former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris as the main contenders, the nation was captivated. The political climate was charged, with issues like economic recovery, healthcare reform, climate action, and social justice at the forefront. Media coverage was relentless. Every statement, policy proposal, and debate moment was analyzed and discussed. Polls fluctuated, pundits speculated, and the public waited with bated breath. Many people felt a mix of hope and trepidation. For some, the election was a chance to reaffirm their beliefs; for others, it was an opportunity for change. The intense scrutiny and the high stakes led to a surge in voter engagement. Early voting numbers broke records, and communities mobilized to encourage participation. Interestingly, amidst the fervor, some individuals chose to step back for their well-being. I know some people who shared that they limited their emotional investment into the election, thus they are not so devastated about the election result. These people prefer to be neutral somewhat so election result don't affect their emotional well-being. Election is an election, and so it's a process. Trump's victory, while surprising to some, highlighted a segment of the population that felt their concerns were being addressed. Despite controversies, his supporters pointed to his track record on certain economic policies and his stance on international relations as reasons for their vote. This election underscored the diverse perspectives within our nation. It reminded us that while we may share common goals, we often have different ideas about how to achieve them. Vice President Kamala Harris's candidacy was historic and symbolically significant. As the first woman and person of Black and South Asian descent to hold the vice presidency, she represented a step forward for representation in our government. Her campaign brought important issues to the forefront, such as criminal justice reform, healthcare accessibility, and education. However, the election results suggest that her message didn't resonate as broadly as needed to secure a win. Let's consider what might have made a difference. 1. Visibility and leadership roles. Taking on more prominent leadership positions on key issues could have strengthened her public image. By being the leading voice on significant policies, she might have connected more deeply with voters. 2. Clear and consistent communication. In an era where misinformation can spread rapidly, consistent messaging is vital. Regularly engaging with the public through speeches, interviews, and social media can build trust and clarity. 3. Highlighting achievements. Showcasing tangible successes from her time in office could have demonstrated her effectiveness as a leader. Stories of how policies positively impacted individuals can be powerful. 4. Defining her own vision. While being part of an administration requires collaboration, establishing a distinct vision helps voters understand what a candidate uniquely offers. These reflections are not criticisms but opportunities for learning. They highlight the complexities of political leadership and the importance of connecting with the electorate. In the wake of the election, it's natural to feel a range of emotions. Whether you're elated, disappointed, or somewhere in between, acknowledging these feelings is important. However, it's equally crucial to maintain perspective. Politics shapes our society, but it's just one aspect of our lives. Overinvestment in political outcomes can lead to stress, anxiety, and division. So how do we stay engaged without becoming overwhelmed? Set boundaries, limit the amount of time you spend consuming news. Choose reliable sources and avoid getting caught up in speculation or sensationalism. Engage in dialogue, have open conversations with people who hold different views. Approach these discussions with curiosity rather than judgment. Focus on local impact. Getting involved in your community can be empowering. Local initiatives often have immediate and visible effects. Practice self-care. Engage in activities that nourish your mind and body. Exercise, hobbies, and time with loved ones can provide balance. Remember the big picture. Political landscapes shift. Today's outcome is part of a larger, ongoing journey toward progress. By taking care of ourselves and fostering healthy relationships, we contribute to a more compassionate and resilient society. One of the challenges we face is bridging the divides that elections often highlight. But despite our differences, many of us share common hopes: safety for our families, opportunities for growth, and a better future for the next generation. So how do we come together? Emphasize shared values. Focus on what unites us rather than what separates us. Recognize that different opinions can stem from similar desires. Listen actively. Give others the space to share their perspectives. Listening doesn't mean agreeing, but it fosters understanding. Promote respectful discourse. Disagreements are natural, but they can be handled with civility. Avoid personal attacks and focus on ideas. Support community initiatives. Working together on local projects can build relationships across political lines. Educate and be open to learning. Stay informed and be willing to adjust your views as you gain new information. By committing to these principles, we can create a culture that values collaboration over conflict. As we move forward from this election, let's remember that our strength lies in our ability to come together, to understand, and to support one another. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come from a single leader or policy. It comes from the collective actions and attitudes of all of us. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the emotional landscape of politics. I hope this conversation has offered some insights and perhaps a bit of comfort. I encourage you to reach out, share your thoughts, your feelings, your stories. Let's keep this dialogue going, not just today but every day. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep diving deep. I'm Amy, and this has been Deep Dive.